Tate Taylor walked into the World U20 Championships as just another name on a long list. Nobody knew what was coming. Days later, he shocked everyone in Eugene. He swept the 100 meters, then the 200 meters, then anchored a relay that smashed a world record. One kid, 3 races, one wild ending that nobody in that stadium saw coming. Stick around because the finish is the biggest part of this story. Race 1 was the 100 meters, and the pressure was already sky high before the gun even went off. Taylor's toughest rival all season, Jamaica's Gary Card, stood right next to him. Fans had waited weeks for this showdown. Card exploded off the blocks first, grabbing an early edge, but Taylor caught him by the halfway point, then blasted away in the last 10 meters. He crossed the line in 9.94 seconds, a personal best and his first gold of the meet. That time tied him for 5th on the all-time list of fastest U20 sprinters ever, a list packed with legends. Card grabbed silver in 10.05, while South Africa's Marco Ferrer took bronze in 10 flat.
2 days later came the 200 meters, and this is where Taylor turned a great meet into a legendary one. He tore off the line and blew the field apart, powering through the turn with a gap nobody could touch. He crossed in 19.83 seconds, a brand new championship record. Teammate Blake Hamilton took second in 20.31, and Card, his 100-meter rival, never even got close this time. With that win, Taylor became the first American man ever to sweep both the 100 and 200 at a single World U20 Championships, something no U.S. sprinter had ever pulled off. Just think about how fast 19.83 seconds really is for an 18-year-old. Only 2 teenagers on this whole planet have ever run it faster. Arian Knighton hit 19.49 at 18, and Gout ran 19.67 at the same age. Taylor now sits right behind both of them, and he did it under real championship pressure, not some easy race. 2 golds, 2 records. Most athletes would call that the top of their whole career. For Taylor, it was only the beginning. Think about what those 2 races demand from a sprinter's body. The 100 meters is all about explosion, reaction time, and the first 30 meters out of the blocks. The 200 meters flips the script completely, forcing runners to hold top speed around a curve, stay smooth through the bend, and still have gas left for a strong final stretch. Coaches spend whole careers trying to build athletes who can master both. Taylor did both at championship level in the same 48 hours against a loaded field that included his biggest rival.
The final day brought the men's 4x100 relay. Taylor lined up with Blake Hamilton, Dylan Mitchell, and Kyler Brown, running the anchor leg, meaning he'd get the baton last and bring it home. Every handoff was clean, with no fumbles and no wasted motion. By the time Taylor grabbed the baton, Team USA already had the lead, and he turned it into a runaway. The team blazed across in 38.16 seconds, crushing the old World U20 record of 38.51, a mark South Africa had held since Nairobi in 2021. Taylor's squad didn't just beat that record, they smashed over 1/3 of a second off it, and in a race under 40 seconds, that gap is massive. Great Britain took silver, matching the European U20 record, while Jamaica grabbed bronze, giving Card his second medal of the week. For Taylor, that relay gold completed something no American man had ever done. 3 events, 3 golds, 1 world record, stacked on top of his individual sweep. He became the first American ever to complete the full sprint triple at a World U20 Championships, and he did it in front of a home crowd that had been buzzing all week. His 3 teammates deserve huge credit too. Hamilton, Mitchell, and Brown fired off the opening legs that set Taylor up to finish it, because a world record relay only happens when 4 runners bring their best on the same day, and every single handoff was perfect. Let's rewind, because this run wasn't luck, it was built. Back in July at the Prefontaine Classic, Taylor got a call nobody expects. Gout, Australia's sprint star, pulled out of the 200 with a back injury right before the race, and Taylor stepped in as the last-minute replacement. He lined up against Letzield Tebogo, the reigning Olympic 200-meter champion, in a field full of grown pros, not teenagers. Nobody expected Taylor to do much more than get experience, but Taylor won the whole thing. He ran 19.75 and beat an Olympic gold medalist on the same track he'd race on weeks later. That one race put him on every scout's radar before Eugene even started, and it also meant he walked into the championships already carrying real expectations. That backstory matters because it proves his 200-meter record wasn't a fluke. Taylor had already run faster than that time against grown professionals earlier in the year. The U20 field just hadn't seen his true speed yet.
Let's look at how his whole season started too. Back in January, running his very first indoor 300 meters, he smashed the existing record at a meet in Virginia. A few months later, in April, he chased down a long-standing high school 200-meter record, one that belonged to Olympic champion Noah Lyles. By the time he reached Eugene in August, Taylor had already spent the whole year breaking records and beating names way more experienced than him. This championship sweep wasn't sudden. It was the finish line of a season built for exactly this moment. Team USA's whole squad matched Taylor's dominance all week long. They finished with 24 total medals, breaking the all-time championship medal record held by the Soviet Union since 1988. They also came within one single gold of their own best mark, set back in 2004. Through every medal ceremony, Taylor kept pointing to something bigger than himself. After winning the 200 meters, he told reporters, "All glory to God. He brought me here." He talked about trusting his training all season and letting the hard work show up right when it mattered most. That kind of calm from an 18-year-old carrying that much pressure across 4 straight days is rare to see. So what's next for Tate Taylor? He's headed to Texas Tech this fall, walking into college sports with a world record already in his pocket. Comparisons to the biggest names in the sport have already started, and fans are asking if this is the start of the next great American sprinting story. History says be careful though, since plenty of U20 champions before him never carried that success into the pro ranks. But Taylor already beat a reigning Olympic champion months before this meet even happened, and that's not a normal path for someone his age. What makes this weekend so special isn't just the medal count, it's the range. 2 totally different events, one incredible athlete.